It said, first we come for the Saturday people, tomorrow we come for the Sunday people. And as we have this hearing today, I ask myself, how many countries are we going to allow this to happen in until we take it seriously? On October 7th, 2023, people yelling Allahu Akbar attempted to genocide the Jews. A few months ago, people yelling Allahu Akbar attempted to genocide the Druze in Syria. And here we are talking today about another group of people yelling Allahu Akbar trying to genocide Christians. How many countries are we going to have this happen to? How often are we going to allow this to be whitewashed and both siderists until we acknowledge that we have a serious problem that we have out there? You know, I want to thank President Trump for doing this. Joe Biden never should have done it. And my question when I get to it will be, why do you think he did? Why do you think he took them off the list? But I want to thank President Trump for taking a leadership role, because we must stomp out this evil wherever it presents itself. I want to thank the chairman for choosing to have a hearing on this. And I want to thank my colleague, my fellow freshman, Representative Moore, for also raising the profile of this issue around the world. It is easy for me to criticize this when it happens in Israel and when it happens with the Jews, given who I am. But it is important that we call out evil wherever it is. And I am sick and tired of the fetishism and the whitewashing of the problem. This is a real problem that we have to acknowledge in a country where you can get the death penalty for criticizing a religion. And we'll talk about that if I have time to get to questions. That is not okay. That is not acceptable. That is not a value that America should ever stand by and allow. We are allowed to have whatever opinions we want in this country, no matter how reprehensible they may be. We should demand that from others if they wish for our aid and assistance. But what I'm most tired of is the delusional belief that if we all just sit down around some sort of hypothetical drum circle, as I heard earlier, that we can resolve our differences. People are being killed, and it requires people to stand up and use force to keep them and to make them safe. I'd like to ask the ambassador, since 2009, it's believed 19,000 Christian churches have been destroyed. My question to you is, was that a coincidence? Were they just like randomly targeting buildings, and these 19,000 buildings happened to be churches, or were they targeted because they were churches?